And welcome everyone. Welcome back to episode 2, All NFL. My name is Russell Taber alongside Will Kerker. How are you doing, Will?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I apologize everyone for not uploading yesterday. Some issues.
That'll be a one-time thing.
That is a one-time thing. Issues came up with mixed schedules. I promise that will probably never happen again this season, but if it does, we will let you know in advance next time. Alright, let's get right into it with some news. Big news today. Elvis Dumervil has announced on social media that he is going to be retiring this year. After 12 seasons in the NFL, he spent most of his career with the Broncos, Ravens, and 49ers. Well, what do you think about this retirement plan?
Not very shocking to me. 12 years in the NFL. Obviously a man probably gonna be worrying about getting a concussion, as every NFL player is. 12 years, long time. Good career, gotta say. What are your opinions?
I would say, this makes sense after spending 12 years in the NFL. I mean, the average NFL lifespan of playing is 4 years, and for defense, especially for a defensive lineman, 12 seasons is a lot for him. So, I mean, it makes sense, but his career.
Honestly, just all the contact can't be great for his health at the age that he's at. 12 years now, can't be. He's doing fine. Good for him.
Right.
I mean, retiring after a great career.
Right. All right, let's move on here. So, former Eagles tight end Brent Selleck is retiring after 11 seasons. The veteran tight end has informed the Eagles he will be retiring, and he sent his farewell statement on the team's website Friday morning. So, Brent Selleck had a great career with the Eagles, winning a Super Bowl with them. Way to ride off into the sunset.
Yeah. Still for me, not shocking.
Right.
Just got a Super Bowl.
Makes sense, I would say.
Coming out of an 11 years, want to get that Super Bowl in before you retire. Got that. Now he can just go on with his life.
Sorry about that. That is my home phone. I am just going to... There we go. Okay. Alright. There is a trade update. So, offensive lineman Parker Ehinger, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, he has been traded to the Cowboys from the Chiefs, according to NFL Network Inside Ian Rappaport. So, within 10 days to the kickoff, Dallas is adding a piece to its offensive line to take care of Dak Prescott, to take care of Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, they already have a great offensive line.
They do.
They have one of the best in the league, if not the best.
Right.
If not, Zeke would just be an average running back. Prescott, he would still be okay, but not great. But because of their offensive line, they're able to do work in the backfield. They give them time. Then they're able to execute perfectly.
All right, so Colin Kaepernick is back into the news this week.
Wait, he is?
He is.
Like signing-wise, or?
Not signing-wise. In fact, this is occurring off the field. So, an arbitrator, he has denied the NFL's request for a summary judgment in Colin Kaepernick's collusion complaint against the league. finding there is enough evidence to allow the case to go to trial. So Colin Kaepernick is saying that the NFL is not forcing, but is trying to have Kaepernick not play. And Kaepernick filed suit. The NFL tried to deny it, and the court says we're going to let this play out. So this could be very good for Kaepernick.
One thing about this that I believe, I believe he doesn't feel like the league is allowing them to play. I feel like he thinks that because they made the rule where you have to be in the locker room if you would not like to stand for the national anthem. So it's not like they are not allowing teams to sign him. It's more like a rule that they created. It's not like they're telling teams, don't sign this dude. It's like they're saying, you know what, we don't like this very much. We don't agree with it. We're not going to allow it in our league. And he believes that they should be allowed to. So he thinks that's them saying, you can play.
Right. So this will be one of the very few times politics will come into play on this show. Our personal views will not be reviewed. We will not get into this. That is not our job. Our job is to tell you the news of the NFL. That is one case. Here's another. So, as many of you may know, if you somewhat follow politics in America, John McCain, senator for Arizona, he passed away Thursday, and Larry Fitzgerald delivered a moving tribute to the late senator. And Fitzgerald and McCain, they met each other in 2006 after a meeting, and ever since then they have been great friends. So, very sad day very sad week, I should say. Larry Fitzgerald becoming very good friends with him. Thoughts and prayers go out to John McCain's family. Rest in peace, Senator. All right, now let's move back on to the NFL. So, Aaron Rodgers says that the NFL isn't ready for non-traditional deals. So, speculation surrounding Aaron Rodgers with his new deal was that it could break the mold on NFL contracts. Well, that didn't really happen, though. I mean, Rodgers admitted he and the Packers explored non-traditional contract structures. But, you still have to admit, Rodgers got a pretty good deal. I mean, what was it, $103 million for 4 years? Something like that.
That's better than Odell, right?
Yeah, that was better than Odell, correct. Correct, it was.
And when was this? That was after Odell was signed, correct?
Correct, it was...
I think they're just trying to stand the Giants up. Honestly. They're just like, you're going to pay this man a bunch of money. We're going to say that this dude's better. You get more.
Alright, so let's move on here. So, this has been very big. This is happening off the field and onto social media. So, Jalen Ramsey has just been going off lately. He sounds off Gronkowski, and he says that Danny Amendola is terrible. He's just shy about sharing his opinions, and this time he said he criticized Rob Gronkowski and Danny Amendola in an interview with ESPN, and so he said that Amendola, the only reason why he was good, the only reason why he went to Pro Bowls, he was on all pro teams, was because he had Tom Brady. Exactly. Yeah. And even though Jalen Ramsey is a cornerback, he said if I had Tom Brady throwing to me, he said he will be the first time all pro wide receiver, even though he's a cornerback.
So, I semi-agree with that. Tom Brady is a great quarterback. But Danny Amendola would be not the greatest wide receiver. He would still be good, but not, amazing without Tom Brady. So, kind of agree with it, kind of don't. I do agree because I do think Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback if not the best player of all time. So, of course, that will help you in the league. But it's not going to say, because of this, you are going to catch a bunch of passes.
Right. All right, moving on.
I mean, of course, he gets a good pass, but that doesn't give you the ability to catch a ball.
Correct. All right, moving on here. So, there has been big speculation in Khalil Mack being traded from the Oakland Raiders. And
I think it's going to happen.
You do? So, the Raiders, they have told teams that they desire at least 2 first-round picks. And he has said for teams interested in Khalil Mack, saying that, price is high here for a star defensive lineman. The price is pretty high here, and that's been an issue.
I mean, he's got to go to kind of
what?
He's got to go to a kind of lower end team,
right?
Because most of the bigger teams right now, their salary cap is running out. Don't have that much left, so he's got to go to one of the kind of lower teams in the NFL right now that's trying to rebuild.
Right. Speaking of rebuilding, the Cleveland Browns have cut linebacker and former Philadelphia Eagle Michael Kendricks after being charged with insider trading. The U.S. Attorney's Office of the Eastern District of Pennsylvania announced this Wednesday. Say that again, Will?
What was that? It's poor connection. I cannot hear you.
The Browns cut Michael Kendricks after being charged with insider trading from U.S. Attorney's Office.
Your thing's glitching out a lot. One sec, I'll reconnect the call.
All right. So, about this, Michael Kendricks has admitted to this crime here, and the Browns, they did not take offense to it, I would say. They took immediate action. After within 3 hours of this, Browns announced this on Twitter saying, "We have cut Michael Kendricks. We do not accept this behavior." He is waiting for a court hearing. So yeah.
So, still, I do agree with the Browns on this. They don't want that in their locker room, not around their players. They don't want that around their team that's trying to do better right now. Especially after having Johnny Manziel and Josh Gordon, they don't want to be the franchise that is like, hey, we have criminals.
All right, moving on, and these are going to be 2 Jets topics here. So the first one is
greatest team in the NFL.
Oh yeah, bro. So Teddy Bridgewater has been sent from the Jets to the Saints for a pick. We do not know the exact pick quite yet. And he is headed to New Orleans. And speaking of which, now the
I'm
Jets...
saying that Drew Brees, this is his last year.
I doubt it. Well, how old is he now? 38?
I don't know.
Let me check.
But for a quarterback, I mean, think about that.
He is 39 years old. I would say he has 1 or 2 seasons left.
The reason I'm thinking this now is because Bridgewater, another quarterback, they need to have somebody at least okay to back up Brees.
Right.
One of the best quarterbacks in the league currently.
And speaking of Jets quarterbacks, the Jets have announced that Sam Darnold will start week 1 for the Jets. He is now going to be... Sam Darnold is going to be the youngest player to ever start a football game here. So, Will, thoughts on that?
So, that's great for him. Of course, not a big fan of him, just probably because I'm a UCLA fan. But I do believe this is a big achievement for him. First, youngest player to start an NFL season. So, yeah, I do believe he deserves this, especially for the team that he's on, how good he did last season. Matty John needs him to do well. It's the Jets. They can't go at this rate, I think it looks like an 0-16 year for them.
The Browns or the Jets?
No, Jets.
Really? Why would you say that? Really?
Not the greatest team. I mean, who's on their schedule? Let me see this.
All right. While you look that up, I will keep moving on about the news here. So the Seattle Seahawks, they had a couple of news this week. They handed Tyler Lockett, wide receiver, a 3-year extension. So Seattle Seahawks have seen enough of the wide receiver, saying we want to ensure that he stays here in Seattle. I am not aware. I have not seen the exact contract, but Tyler Lockett will be staying with the Seattle Seahawks. Speaking of the Seahawks, Brett Hundley, the Packers pick, has just been exchanged to the Seahawks for a 6th rounder in exchange. And Seattle, they've been trying to find a quarterback to back up the help of Russell Wilson. And I have to say one thing here. So, if you do not know, I get all this news from NFL.com. And I just go to the news home and I read the little subtitle.
Okay.
NFL.com spelled Russell Wilson's name wrong. Instead of two L's. And Will, this is not only for you, but this is for everyone in the world. And my name is, if for some reason, if you don't know what my name is Russell. And I do not know a single person in the world where their name is spelled with one L or with L-E. I don't know anyone. If you do, tell me. Please, call me. My number is in the description. You can comment on this. Tell me, please. Because you have no idea how much this annoys me.
Okay, so now I've looked up the Jets schedule. There's 1 or 2 games that could be close, I think.
Okay.
They have the Browns and the Colts. I feel like the Browns have a chance at beating them, though. Because Sam Darnold can't carry an entire team. They don't have the best defense. The Browns, with their new addition of Baker Mayfield, probably not even starting against them, Tyrod Taylor.
So out of all the games, you think that those 2 are going to be the closest?
Out of their schedule, only the Jets.
I understand that, but I mean, they play the Detroit Lions week 1, Monday Night Football.
Really?
Yeah, they play the Lions. Week 1.
No, I'm not shocked that they're playing the Lions. I'm just shocked that you think that that's going to be a closer game.
It's going to be a close game, yeah.
It's going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be closer than Browns then, though.
What about the Dolphins? Really?
The Dolphins are pretty bad, I gotta say.
I mean, geez, really?
But after their bye, they have some good teams.
After their bye, they will not win a game. After their bye, this is their schedule after bye week, and their bye week is week 11. Patriots, Titans, Bills, Texans, Packers, Patriots. I doubt that they will be able to win a game. But before that, they play the Bears, they play the Colts, they play the Dolphins twice, they play the Browns, they play the Lions. Those games could be close. Those games, in my opinion, they will be close. I mean, I can guarantee you this. Hold on, hold up. I can guarantee you this. Out of one of those games that I just mentioned, one of those games, there will be a win. There will be a win. There's no way the Jets are gonna 0-16.
Okay. Out of what game do you think that they're winning? Name the game that you think they're gonna win out of those.
Bears.
Bears?
Yes, the Bears. Out of all the games, that is the one that I am sure that they will win.
Okay.
Well, you want to bet on this like we did last episode?
Bet that the Bears win? You're gonna bet that?
I'm saying that the Bears are gonna lose this game. I'm saying that Jets are winning against the Bears.
Okay. $5.
All right, $5. So right now we are betting $25 so far, and we're only in episode 2.
The first one was, okay, if you didn't watch last episode, it was, I have the Jacksonville Jaguars winning. He has the Tennessee Titans.
Right.
So now,
and that is the division, that is the division.
Yeah. And for this one, he has the Bears losing. I have the Jets losing.
Yep.
Okay, so Jaguars Titans was 20. Now this is 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, moving back into the news here, Paxton Lynch, he has been fighting to stay on the Broncos depth chart after losing the backup spot to Chad Kelly. Mr. Irrelevant, after being a first-round pick, he has failed to show the Broncos what he could do at Memphis, and I doubt that he will be able to show it at all. And the Broncos feel the same way, so they decided to put Chad Kelly, who had an amazing performance in Week 1. He had an amazing performance in Week 2. Week 3, he did good, and he is going to be playing the game tonight. In fact, he's playing right now. So Paxton Lynch has thrown away.
I'm gonna look up his stats for now.
Okay. Paxton Lynch has thrown away this opportunity. I mean, after being the first round pick, you go from not even being able, from winning a bowl game for Memphis, to barely even being able to hold on to a roster spot at number 3, the third string. I mean, it's unexcusable.
Where are they playing?
Right now?
Yeah.
Cardinals.
It doesn't say Paxton is playing.
No, I'm saying Chad Kelly is.
Oh, yeah.
Chad Kelly is playing.
He's thrown an interception. He's 2 for 3, 19 yards. Not great. So,
that is right now. If you look at Week 1, if you look at Week 2, if you look at Week 3.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying for right now, though.
For right now, okay.
Yeah, I was just looking up their stats. I'm just saying they're not great this game.
Okay, so this is going to be the last topic of the week, and of course we have to talk about this. Odell Beckham Jr. is now the highest paid wide receiver. Sorry, not even wide receiver. The highest paid receiver in the NFL after inking a 5-year extension for $80 million. And $60 million is guaranteed.
I thought it was $96 million.
$96 million, that is correct. And $60 is guaranteed.
But my Instagram was blowing up after that.
And on Tuesday, OBJ said that the new deal gives him a peace of mind if he encounters another injury setback. And I don't know if any of you saw, but after getting news that he has been given the extension, he went crazy in the locker room. It was a good sight to see. After all the hard work, he puts in, he finally gets rewarded. Will, thoughts on that?
Yeah, gotta say, definitely the best player on that team. Definitely, in my opinion, deserves the money. He's a great receiver. Who else are they gonna pay it to on that team? Really don't have anyone. So, good for him. He's doing great now. Just great.
Alright, that will wrap up our news segment. We will be back after this commercial break. We will be getting into starters and who should start. Who we think that we should start for quarterbacks, for receivers, all that. We will be getting into that. Stay tuned for more. My name is Russell Taber alongside Will Kerker. Thank you, and stay tuned after this.
Bobby, you here again?
Yeah, my doctor told me to reduce stress at work, so I come to Buffalo Wild Wings to eat lunch and watch sports. I get to pick one of 7 entrees, like sandwiches and salads, plus one of 7 sides.
Well, I like sides.
It's so affordable I can finally take a vacation.
Where you gonna go?
Here, Tim, here.
Introducing the new B-Dubs Fast Break Lunch Menu, starting at a new low price. Dine in or order takeout weekdays between 11 and 2. Participation and availability may vary. Buffalo Wild Wings. Wings, beer, sports.
Taking a family of 5 to the amusement park can cost a small fortune.
Oh, yeah. So to save some money, we thought, hey, let's bring the amusement park to us.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, step right up, young man. Are you ready to ride the wacky waterfall?
That's just the bathtub with the shower head running.
Nope, it's the wacky waterfall.
It's the shower, Dad.
Waterfall.
Wacky.
There's an easier way to save. To get a free rate quote, go to geico.com, then buy online, over the phone, or at your local Geico office.
Tam's Pizzeria is a proud sponsor of the St. John Bosco Football Radio Network. Tam's has it all. Pizza, wings, burgers, and more. Say Braves #1 when you order any specialty pizza and receive $2 off. Call in and order at 562-925-7700. Again, 562-925-7700. Walk-ins are always welcome as Tam's is located on the corner of Bellflower and Rosecrans. Tam's Pizzeria. They have it all.
And welcome back, everyone. So we did some research during the break about if there is Russells with one L.
There's a YouTuber and he posts Minecraft videos,
so that does not count. So if you look on the Russell Wikipedia page, there are, let me count this, hold on. Oh, and by the way, if you look up Russell with one L, it even says, did you mean Russell with 2 L's?
Yeah, and the E in front of them.
Correct. Oh, and also, if you say RUSSLE for some weird reason and you're like that, it also says, did you mean Russell with 2 S's and 2 L's in front of the E?
Yeah. So, pretty sure.
Right. Alright, so let's get into it. So, who do you think should be starting for the Buffalo Bills? Josh Allen or A.J. McCarron?
Josh Allen, in my opinion.
Why?
I just feel like he's a better overall player. So, yeah. That's all I gotta say.
Alright. So, for the Jets, of course we have...
No, what's your opinion on it?
My opinion on it, I mean, I right now, if you look at the Bills roster and depth chart, Josh Allen is the 3rd string behind Nathan Peterman and A.J. McCarron.
3rd string?
Yeah, he's 3rd string right now. Honestly, I would put A.J. McCarron in front of him at the moment. I mean, that's what I think it should be.
That's gonna change.
It's gonna change. I bet it will. I mean, I doubt Nathan Peterman will be able to be the backup.
Wait, so we're saying who we think should start, not who is starting.
Correct.
Okay. So, who we think should start versus...
I think A.J. McCarron should start. Alright, moving on to the Jets. As we mentioned earlier, Sam Darnold will be starting opening day. However, Josh McCown has also been getting some love after Teddy Bridgewater was traded. So, Will, who do you think should start? Sam Darnold or Josh McCown?
Sam Darnold. I want him to get the opportunity. Having a great season last year with not the best football team, still a good football team, but not the greatest USC football team. Feel like he deserves it. So, yeah.
Okay. Alright, now we're going to go into the big debate here. Joe Flacco or Lamar Jackson?
Oh, my opinion. Joe Flacco starts it off. Lamar Jackson will come in later in the year. Okay, so my reasoning on this: Joe Flacco, very experienced player. Lamar Jackson will get to see how he plays in the NFL, learn from it, after that, of course, they're going to want some new talent, see how Lamar Jackson does. If he's starting playing well, he'll start the rest of the season. If not, learn a little bit more from Joe Flacco, and after that, he'll probably, for the rest of the season, be their starter. So, yeah. So, Joe Flacco being a great quarterback for his career. Also, Lamar Jackson being possibly the best college quarterback, not in my mind, but in a lot of others, could possibly get Rookie of the Year. I don't think so, but some do. So, yeah, I think Joe Flacco starts off the year for him, and Lamar Jackson comes in. Russell, what do you think about this?
I would say Joe Flacco should be staying at the quarterback position until he either retires or gets hurt because, you know, Lamar
He's kind of injured.
I would say give Lamar Jackson the time to learn and experience what to do first. So, yeah.
Also, Joe Flacco is a great quarterback, so
he is a great quarterback.
He has somebody really good to learn from.
Right. All right, so this is very interesting here. Baker Mayfield is right now second string on the Browns behind Tyrod Taylor.
Okay, it'll say that. I know it'll say that. I think Tyrod Taylor's going to start the first quarter for him, and they're going to switch off the rest between Sam Darnold and him. Just saying that because then they have the option, if one of them gets tired, they can just pull in another quarterback. A very, in my mind, underrated quarterback in Tyrod Taylor, and Heisman winner from...
Underrated.
Russell.
Underrated. In my mind, this is a Tom Savage, Deshaun Watson situation. I mean, last year when Tom Savage was ahead of Deshaun Watson, and where Tom Savage was the starting QB for the first half, and then the Texans were like, why did we decide to do this? So they put in Deshaun Watson. I mean, this is what I think it is. You think Tyrod Taylor is underrated?
A little bit, yeah.
How? How is he underrated?
Just because he's a very flexible quarterback. Could be he's a speedy quarterback, yeah. He can scramble, obviously.
So can Baker Mayfield? Both of them can.
I know, but I gotta say they're very alike players. The only difference is, in my mind, Baker Mayfield could pass the ball a little bit better, at least in college. That's what we know. He passed the ball a little bit better in college, and that is a lot different than the NFL. So we'll have to see how he plays in the NFL. Then they'll make that decision.
All right then. Right now. Okay, so after Nick Foles won the Super Bowl for Philadelphia. Carson Wentz he got re-injured, correct?
Carson Wentz?
Yes, did he?
I'll have to check on that.
Alright, so at the moment, Carson Wentz is starting QB and Nick Foles is the backup. So, do you think that should be switched? Nick Foles instead of Carson Wentz?
If he's injured, I mean...
Well, what if he's not?
If he's not, then no. They should see how both of them play. First start off with Carson Wentz. Led them to the Super Bowl. But Nick Foles did win them the Super Bowl, so they'll have to see.
All right then. So Ryan Fitzpatrick will be starting for Tampa Bay, instead of Jameis Winston because of the violence issue, domestic violence issue. So, with that being said, do you think that Ryan Fitzpatrick could take over Jameis Winston?
There's a chance. I mean, Ryan Fitzpatrick isn't the best quarterback. Jameis Winston's okay, but, like, if they have the option to play Jameis Winston, they're going to.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to running backs. At the moment, Frank Gore. Rex Burkhead is the starting running back for New England. Do you think that James White should be the starting running back?
Over who?
Over Rex Burkhead.
100%, yeah. James White, my mind, great running back. Maybe not great, but okay. Whoever you're saying that Rex did?
Rex Burkhead, yes.
Yeah. He could be good, but in my opinion, I'm just going with a player that they've had in James White. Didn't do awful last year. Seemed actually to do pretty well. So, I just think he should be moved to starting.
All right, so the Denver Broncos, they have a big issue. So right now they have 5 running backs, and the running backs are Devin Booker at starting, Royce Freeman, Philip Lindsay, D'Angelo Henderson, and David Williams. David Williams and D'Angelo Henderson, they have been on the verge of being let go after Royce Freeman and Philip Lindsay coming back and showing the Broncos during the preseason what they can do after Royce Freeman having an amazing career at Oregon and having an amazing career at Colorado for Philip Lindsay. I mean, they've been actually fighting for the number 1 spot against Devin Booker.
So I just want to say this really quickly. As you were saying, Carson Wentz could be injured. I cannot find anything about him being injured currently. So all this reported news is from 2017, like December.
Right.
So can't find anything current.
Okay, so moving on to Philadelphia Eagles running backs, Darren Sproles and Jay Ajayi. Jay Ajayi, I'd say what a time he came in. I mean, after breaking records with Miami, being traded to Philadelphia during the postseason to help them win the Super Bowl, he showed Philadelphia that he belongs in the number 1 spot. And taking Darren Sproles' position, though.
There's one man that Jay Ajayi reminds me of very much. A big running back, Marshawn Lynch. Just powerful. Big guy, can run through people. Not the speediest guy, but can break tackles as a running back for the touchdown.
And Jay Ajayi, I mean, for playing with Boise State as a college, I mean, for a team that's with the Mountain West and makes it to bowl games, but not really big bowl games every year. After Jay Ajayi, he made Boise State relevant for the years he was there. He made people turn and look at Boise State.
Hey, and for the first time, people weren't looking just because their football field was blue.
Sure. All right, so now the Detroit Lions, they have a 3-way tie in my opinion with Garrett Blount, Theo Reddick, and Amir Abdullah.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think should be the starting?
Wait, so Garrett Blount?
Garrett Blount.
Number 2.
Theo Reddick.
And
Amir Abdullah.
In my mind, it's between LeGarrette Blount or Amir Abdullah.
Now, those two, who do you think should win that one?
Gotta say, LeGarrette Blount.
Why?
I just think he's a pretty good running back. not the greatest, but pretty, kind of like an older version of Jay Jaya. He's kind of a big guy, can go get you that first down, do a quick toss play to him. Nearly 100% of the time, he can get you some good yard gain.
All right, and there is a big battle for the Saints starting running back position. Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara, 100%.
Really?
No doubt in my mind.
Even though he is the backup.
That is stupid. That is absolutely idiotic. Alvin Kamara is, in my mind, currently a top 10 running back in this league. He is amazing. Marvin Ingram, yeah, you can play him if you're trying to get 3 yards. Alvin Kamara can get you a 20-yard run. Can you say Mark Ingram can do that every once in a while? Maybe. Can you say Alvin Kamara can do that? Yes. So in my honest opinion, Alvin Kamara will be their starting running back.
All right, so this has been a big debate lately for the Bengals. Who should be the top wide receiver, A.J. Green or John Ross coming out of Washington last year?
Gotta say A.J. Green. He's very solid wide receiver. John Ross has speed. A.J. Green, still fast, but not as fast. But A.J. Green has the just killer ability on the football field. He'll get you a solid 20, 30 yards on most plays. John Ross, you can hit him with a little slant play and sure he'll get you maybe 15 yards before he gets caught by a safety or something, but I mean, still, I would rather have, as most people would, 30 than 50.
All right. So for the Denver Broncos, the top wide receiver debate, it has really been a tie between Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders. Do you think that it should stay that way, or do you think that someone should come out on top of that?
Any other year, I would say Demaryius Thomas.
Why is it different?
Just because Demaryius Thomas, an older player now, Emmanuel Sanders, still not the youngest player, but still younger than him. Both of them talented players. I currently think nobody can come out on top out of that. I think Demaryius Thomas is more talented, yes. I think Emmanuel Sanders is a little bit younger, so he has that a little bit of a gain on youth on him. So I just believe they're tied.
All right. This is going to be our final topic, and this is going to be defensive players here. So the first question that I am going to have to ask you, the defensive line, I would have to say, for the entire game, it has changed.
Yeah.
I have to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for you, who do you think is going to be this season the best linebacker of the league?
Wait, linebacker or defensive lineman? You.
Defensive lineman, sorry. Aaron Donald.
Great player. Has a guy on his side now, so they're not just going to double team him every time. Now, with Ndamukong Suh, they'll either be going with one or the other. And I feel like even with that double team, they're going to have to continuously switch off because one of them is going to get a sack, the other is going to get a sack. It's just going to be repeated. But I do believe Aaron Donald is a better out of the two.
So who do you think is going to be a better combination? Von Miller and Bradley Chubb, the rookie, or Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh?
So, this is my personal opinion. I don't think that you'll agree with this, but gotta say Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh.
The only reason why I'm going to agree...
The fact that Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh are both at least top 10 defensive linemen in the league.
The only reason why I'm going to agree with you is because Bradley Chubb is a rookie. If we have this conversation next year, I guarantee you it's going to be a different conversation. Because next year
it actually depends what type of year he has. If he has a good year, then yes, this conversation will change. It will be very much so closer. It depends on the years that actually all of them have, because
right.
None
of them have chemistry.
An MVP year, and Ndamukong Suh doesn't, and Von Miller gets injured. What happens then? We never know.
And chemistry is still going to be an issue for both teams because Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald, they've never played together. Bradley Chubb and Von Miller, they've never played together.
Well, I feel like the harder one is going to be Ndamukong Suh, Aaron Donald.
Why?
Just for the fact that Chubb is a rookie, so it's going to be an easier adjustment knowing that it's his first team, not like he's played against another team that we have lost to.
Right. All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. That will be all. My name is Russell Taber alongside Will Kerker. We will see you next time at the regular time of Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Once again, my name is Russell Taber alongside Will Kerker. Thank you, everybody, for listening and tuning in.